struggle. Salute, what's going on? What it do? I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that this is a space for educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for conversation, comments, concerns, questions, and answers. This is a space of intelligence, a space of dialogue, a space of questions and answers, a space of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, love, hell, of right. This is a space of justice, of now, a space of saviors, queens, comrades, and militant men. This is your space, a space of love, a space where we are working on a united path towards what? True liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information. Hashtags, green screens, apps with cash pals that pay, unions that are Western, grams with money, red cups, blue cups, tea cups, coffee cups, squeegee man cups, squeegee man pockets, the pastor's cups, the pastor's pockets. Give it up, Brad. Okay? It's a war going on outside. Ain't that right, Lebanon? It's a war going on outside. Ain't that right, Alabama? It's a war going on outside. Ain't that right, Morocco? It's a war going on outside. Fund the war effort. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until you're getting cuffed up. Don't wait until somebody done drug you through the gutter. Don't wait until your kids can't stand you. Until you're getting kicked out of the PTA. Until you the soccer mom that's no longer invited on the bus. Okay? Listen, man. Get yourself together. Check your anger. People not playing in these streets. Nobody tolerating your mess. Let's get an anger management strategy in place. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, book an assessment. Stop sending each other outside with frozen corn on your eye, speed knots, eye jammies, busted lips and twisted up wrists, elbows and hips and she hurt my back and boiling water scars. Listen, all that. Get yourself together, book an assessment. Keep your hands off each other. Stop embarrassing the children. If you or anybody you know is in need of an intimate relationship abuse counseling and consultation, book an assessment. Learn the warning signs, okay? The behaviors that should alarm you. Characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness. Listen, past traumas, conversations, events, places, situations, man, people that should have your alertness levels on 1,000. Remember with this information, the life that you save could be your own. Peace and power, what's going on, what's good? Yeah, been a few days. A lot has been going on. We're going to get to it. Yes, we're going to get to it. How y'all doing? How y'all been? Okay. Yeah, hopefully all of the, mothers enjoyed their little day. Excuse me, since we still haven't learned how to make that day every day. And to those of us who are in the club who no longer have that special woman around, okay, it was rough. We made it through. Okay, especially the men who have so many people in their spaces. They got sisters, they got nieces, they got aunts, friends, you had to buck it up and text everybody or shout at everybody, even though you couldn't shout at your own. We salute you. Much appreciation for doing and participating in this old faith tradition that our people so matter-of-factly have enjoined. Okay? So again, we got some people to tag. Somebody tag Kwanza Jones. I damn sure didn't know who she was. If you don't, listen, don't think nothing about it. I didn't know. Okay? But soon everybody's gonna know. This is the next distraction. So somebody tag her. Tell her bring her ass to class. Yeah, Kwanza Jones. Come on to class. Yeah. the Fantastic Four from the Foolio tribe. Yeah, tell them to bring their ass to class. Come on. What is it? Rashad Murphy, Davion Murphy, Sean Goffwright, and who? Isaiah Chance. Yeah, bring y'all ass to class. Come on, Florida. Come on to class. Ha! MC Surge, bring your ass to class once again. And NORE, bring your ass to class once again. I get sick of these so-called influencers and podcasters who are funded by the old phase to keep spreading misinformation. Or maybe, honestly, you just don't know what the hell you're talking about. Either way, you shouldn't be in front of a bunch of people. So that's all of them. It's a bunch of them. Somebody, tag the high school seniors. All of them has been engaging in prom 2026. Bring y'all asses to class and their parents and whoever else is funding this dumb shit. Bring their ass to class. Y'all was triggered and we just talked about it. When was that? Thursday? Didn't I tell y'all don't allow this old fade to trigger y'all? Chudthebuilder. Come back to class real quick. Boy, you almost broke a record. You come back to class, old Faye. We got some questions we need to ask you, Chud. Come on to class. Alabama, bring y'all asses to class. Uh-huh. And whoever still don't believe in the information, right? And what we do in this class, because we've been telling y'all, you're about to hit the plantation again. So make sure you got enough Aqua 4. Make sure you got enough cocoa butter, because when you're out there in that sun picking that cotton, don't say Bliz ain't tell you. So bring y'all ass to class, Alabama. Come on. And RZA. Bobby Digital. Mr. Robert Diggs, bring your bum ass to class for that stupid ass, trash ass movie. That I supported. Bring your ass to class, RZA. Yup. Y'all think that's enough? That's enough? That's enough. Long class. You betcha. So you better have your little snacky snack. You better sit down. Get right. We get ready to have class. Rhonda Grant, much appreciation for the super chat. I see you. Now let's see who's in class. Put your tweeds down. You clip that. And you know what? Put your little drinky drink to the side. You ain't gonna be sauced up in this class. It's Monday. Let's see who's OG Kicks is first in class. And Geechee. And that E Blandon. 1, 2, 3. I see y'all. Shiny for me. Y'all up in here looking batty. 900 Barry. Up in class, we see you. What's going on? Assistant. We see you. Philly in the building early. 215 underscore C8. What up? Kim, peace. We see you. Mr. Matt, 55. 55 for Mr. Matt, y'all. 55. Got him. God diggity dog. CB Brooklyn. What's going on? Dust Row, we see you. What up? Versace Broccoli. What up? What up, Grass Roots? We see you. Philly in here again. Uh-oh. Philly gonna be deep this afternoon, y'all. Down. What up, Down? We see you. Ooh-wee. Mr. Rowe. V55, goddamn. 55 for Mr. Rowe. Yeah. Brooklyn Jules. We see you. What's poppin'? What's up? A squared. What up? Hold on, goddammit. Hold on. What y'all doing? Y'all moving? Moving, goddammit. Hold on now. Let me get it right. Huh? Let me get it right. God damn it, we got A squared, we got Charles. God damn it, Jonathan Kidd, peace almighty, what up? Yeah, Rhonda Grant, Vitamin Vision TV. And we see you, what's going on? Huh? Huh? What? This is I don't know, it's an iPhone, damn it. I don't know, 13, 14, 18. Salute. What's going on? We see y'all. Tie with the apples, green and red. What's going on? Yeah, it's a long class, so we're gonna get started. Let's get to it. Now, I know we deal with a lot of heavy things in this class. So let me get them out the way. Let me get them out the way first. You dig? Because I already told y'all we getting ready to go back. Well, y'all getting ready to go back. You understand? Y'all's getting ready to go back to the plantation. And if you've never been there before, boy, it's a hell of an experience, goddammit. Boy, if you think Mr. Child ain't working you now, wait until they get rid of the EOE and workers' rights and all that. Y'all complaining now. Yeah, there ain't no 401k, ain't no retirement, they gonna work you. And one bit of sass, they gonna cut your tongue out. And they good. You won't bleed out. Yeah. Y'all asses is going back. So we gonna get to that. But let's start with these young fellas because again, I need all of them that's out there, that's in the street mentality, that's having these beefs that are a figment of your imagination, a thought. You understand? Some of y'all beefing about blocks and neighborhoods and individuals who y'all don't have any connection to. Y'all don't know it. Y'all don't know nothing about it. But you're partaking. You're performing. So this is for y'all youngins. Because in the scope of what this has become, it has made zero sense. Nobody is winning. No one is winning this. You understand? So, y'all four that's getting ready to go to the back, just take them right to the back. Y'all four, y'all earned a special prize. Yeah. Yeah, ignorant prize. The most ignorant niggas we done seen in a minute. No. Don't cry now. And anybody that's supporting them and holding them down, and y'all think y'all gonna be in the streets doing the same shit, y'all gonna get the same fate. Y'all gonna get the same fate. Yeah. You know what I wonder, y'all? When they put melanated folks back on the plantation, what they gonna do with the jails? I was just wondering. Are the prisons and the jails are going to be organ factories? So when somebody is ill on a plantation, they just take an organ from one of them prisoners. Because you can't have the prisoners in the plantations. You can't have the prisoners on the plantations because they're going to ruin it. They are the rebellious niggas. So they got to stay in there. They can't mix them with the new slaves. Right? Like y'all, like Yeezy said, yeah. The new slaves. You can't have the old rebellious, hardened slaves on the plantations in the free, seemingly free world. So I always wonder what they gonna do with them niggers back there in them cages. That's why I tell you we have no time for that. Once you get captured, you're done off. So you shouldn't be engaged in criminal activity. I always tell y'all, revolutionaries are not criminals. Revolutionaries are not criminals. Liberators are not criminals. We don't engage in crime. We engage in strategies, okay, that move towards our liberation. You understand that? You have to know the difference. So these four and these people who still running around, throwing it up, running around claiming different, what y'all want to call them, gangs, street organizations, whatever you want to call them. Listen, if y'all don't know by now to smarten up, it's little we can do for y'all. It's little we can do for y'all at this point. Yeah. So these four, y'all can support them if you want. And they got family that's going to support them. As they should. Family supported me when I was out of my mind. Okay? And into the lifestyle of crime. Right? Supported me all the way through. However, I was a different individual. All I needed was books. So I could get back on the right track. Okay? Now, these four men, yeah. I hope those who support you get your story out there. Maybe that'll be a better movie than that bullshit RZA put together. You understand? Maybe the Foolio movie will help do some good instead of that dumb shit. Anyway, let's get to Tampa, Florida. A jury has reached a verdict in the trial of four men: Rashad Murphy, Davion Murphy, Sean Gathright, and Isaiah Chance, accused of clapping and unaliving Florida rapper Foolio. On Friday evening, after deliberating for about 8 hours, a jury found all four suspects guilty of first degree. Oh, man. As a matter of fact, I think they go back today for the sentencing hearing. Yeah, they facing, the DP. Oh, man. Oh, God damn it. Make that make sense. Okay, let's continue. In June 2024, Foolio, whose real name is Charles Jones, traveled from Jacksonville to Tampa to celebrate his birthday. The Tampa Police Department said the 26-year-old rapper was hunted down and clapped multiple times in the parking lot of a cluster of hotels near the University of South Florida. Okay? His birthday. They didn't give a damn. Like I keep telling y'all, we in a different world. Everything that you learned, that you was taught, most of it no longer exists anymore. So yeah, people don't care about if it's your birthday, if you with your children, if you with your granny, you're gonna get clapped down. It is what it is. We are dealing with new era. This some new shit. So they clapped him down on his birthday. Check it out. Prior to the clapping, Jones posted on Instagram that he was in Tampa celebrating his birthday. He later posted that Saturday evening, claiming police had kicked him out of an Airbnb, so he moved the party to a new location. All this is what he's doing, knowing that he has beef, drama, problems, situations that dudes have been trying to straighten out. He's on social media, okay? But we haven't learned from that yet. This generation hasn't learned from that yet. They still on social media. They still post locations. They still do it. Even though this has been the reason for several people getting their head knocked off. Yeah. Prosecutors allege that the defendants worked together to track Jones and to two Tampa nightclubs before following him to a hotel near the University of South Florida. That's where multiple shots were fired. Surveillance video from the hotel shows Jones's car trying to drive away. He died on the scene. Investigators said that the defendants are members of or are affiliated with two gangs that rival Jones's gang. According to the state, the shooters modified their rifles to ensure no shell casings were left behind at the scene. So this is premeditated. This is conspired. This was carried out. Prosecutors also played opposing music videos from the rival gangs, pointing to lyrics that seemingly bragged about the deaths of their enemies, including a video posted shortly after Jones was unalived. Hood Center, salute. Stephen Johnson, salute. Cena, salute. What up, come on, Doc? Listen now. God damn it, sincere, what up? Listen. You see? Need fuck. You see? This is what they still doing to this day. Nationwide. Matter of fact, globally. Because you know this drill shit then took over. Wherever hip-hop stood or stands, there's an element of drill in it. So this is global now. So I don't, know what y'all going to do with Pan-Africanism. I don't know what y'all going to do with socialism and all those other isms that I told y'all to get rid of, because this right here is what is the activating and motivating force for our youth. That's what it is. You have to have a new theory. There's something has to be invented now, because that old shit don't work. Because look, they just listen. Man, they out of here. 4 of them. And don't cry. Because Mr. What's his name? Mr. Sean Gathright was crying. No. And the other two was seen beefing. And now y'all co-defendants, y'all got to wear that. You gotta wear that. Not to mention the dumb little girl that blew trial. Yeah. Listen, y'all did a whole lot. Now you want to cry. Don't cry now. Wait till after sentencing. It would be, for me, more genuine to shed them tears when you know what you're facing, the sentence that you're going to have to handle. Then you can cry. All of y'all can cry, because again, the prosecutors are seeking the death penalty. And in this climate, them old face might get it. Yeah. Them old face just might get it. So I want y'all to understand that these people, these young people, very young, 26 years old, these young people threw their whole life away because of their interpretation of their realities, their interpretation of the music that they listen to, that the culture that's wrapped around it. They lost their lives. They lost their potential to be greater. And that's so layered. And people, when I first spoke about it in class, there are people from Tampa and Jacksonville that told me that this mentality and this behavior is prevalent within our people, our melanated people, so prevalent that the toddlers are involved. You understand? And y'all think that that's okay to say that, nah, Bliz, they be jumping off the porch at like 7, 8 years old down there. Really? In 2026? We still have that much ignorance when, man, people who've been telling you who you are. Man, since Noble Drew, since Garvey, we dealing with 100 years of consciousness, 100 years of people telling you who you are. Wake up, believe in self, and we still got people. That's that nigga mentality, and that's why it's going to be so easy to put you black asses back on the plantation. Because you still haven't woken up. You understand that? You have taken on the belief in the nigga. We have books that say from niggas to gods. The destruction of black civilization. The Black Athena. Okay, so on. So many books, so many people, so many examples and lectures. And y'all still niggas? Man, the road to the plantation is going to be easy. 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 Do you understand? With a stroke of a pen. Eh? Yeah. That's how easy it is because, again, you act like because something is difficult that it is impossible. So you have leaders, you have so-called activists, you have people who are influencers, and I don't even understand how that shit came to play to be so big, who say because somebody won't listen, that they don't, now I'm just not going to do that because they don't listen. And I refuse to believe that. You understand? Because I've seen niggas turn to gods. I've seen it. I've been witness to it on a regular basis. Every time somebody say, yo, man, I'm seeking an enlightener or I have an enlightener. Right? I see it all the time with, man, people say, oh, that brother took a shahada. I see it when this brother said, yo, he not eating red meat anymore. This brother say, oh, yo, he planting a garden. Like, I see it. So the excuse that, yo, it's hard, it's difficult, that shit don't sit with me. Nah, because I know when they say that's a cop-out, that those are going to be the overseers. Those are the ones who position themselves to be friend Steven when they're allowing you to act like niggas. That's, they seek benefit in that, position in that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So these four who blew trial, we probably gonna have a class on them tomorrow for a little bit, especially if they get that death penalty. Yeah. So I'm advising you all, whoever's within earshot of my voice, which is never much. Again, only 58 in class. Nobody listens to Bliz. And I'm so good with that fact. You understand? Because it's just like I spoke earlier, with family and shit. Nobody don't give a damn about your feelings. Your feelings are just what they are. Your feelings aren't an absolute truth. See, we're in the age of absolute truth now. The feeling, that shit don't mean nothing. It don't. But that's what y'all be caught up in. Okay? So I don't get caught up in that when nobody listens, because I'm dealing with absolute truth. And your ass better recognize that plantation right there. So figure out your job. Figure out the job which you do real well, which you can show them old phase that you can do, okay, before they find a job for you. Okay? So these four, ooh-wee. Yeah. It made Foolio and Mr. Charles Jones's family, because he was involved too. And they had the nerve to use little old face songs and flip them into drill music. That's, yeah. Yeah. Creative as a motherfucker. Yeah, man. Yeah, had you jingling and jingling. Even in the mix and in the message of what they were saying. Creative. Creative in their own self-destruction. Yeah. It's amazing to watch from an intellectual perspective. It's amazing. But again, keep not listening to Bliz. That's what I want y'all to do. Bye-bye. You four, out of here. Let's go to the back. Okay? Yeah, go ahead. To the back. Yep. Get you a pair of state greens or whatever color they give you down there, stripes or whatever they give y'all ass down there. That's what you're going to get. Because y'all could have been anything. And that's real talk. In this era, man, listen, since the pandemic, I'm a firm believer that the old phase eat off of everything, so it doesn't matter. You can literally be anything you want to be. I see it online. I see women on Twitter charging people for pictures of their feet. You don't know what the woman look like. None of that. These women are becoming, middle and upper class by showing their feet. Dumb shit. I see people calling themselves dog whisperers. I see people doing all type of shit. Yeah. These is making socks for parakeets and becoming fiat currency wealthy. So you could be anything, but you dumb little niggers want to unalive each other for nothing. When y'all having these dumbass rap beefs, y'all not getting no money for, that got to be the dumbest shit in the world. I mean, not to say that it was the best, but man, even when we came up, we wasn't unaliving nobody unless we was coming to get something. Something. It got to be life-changing bread. Yeah, then, sir, depending on our attitude for that day, man, you might make it out of there. Yeah. We might let you scurry your ass up out of there. These individuals today, they special needs. They are getting into murder beef. No money involved. Nothing. They're getting murder beef and still in their situations and in their conditions. Still looking for a Lucy to smoke in the morning. Still looking for some little nasty, musty ass broad to, well, some do. Others, they on each other back. Yeah, they on each other back. So it's gotten real weird in this bizarro world. But I want you woke and conscious folk to understand what you're up against. Because I've been doing the work for a long time, so I already know. Yeah, it's going to be, man, listen. Anyway, let's get to the next aim. Next aim. Kwanza Jones. I never knew who she was. She was never impactful in my life in any kind of way. Never heard of her or nothing. Because again, I only deal with individuals who are making an attempt at liberation. So I'm aware of a lot of people that other people are not aware of. I'm aware of books that other people are not aware of. I'm aware of certain strategies and techniques. Kwanza Jones. I said, well, who the hell is that? So what? Why is she on my timeline? What's going on here? So what my 2 and 2 have to do is say, well, damn, this person is the next distraction. There's an agenda here. There's some reason for this information to be out. Oh, So I looked and I said, oh, okay, Kwanza Jones, the first black woman in this era, modern era, to have majority ownership in a major league baseball team. So I'm saying, hold on. Baseball, the most racist, one of the most racist sports in the history of these United States of America? Baseball? Really? You know how many times I've said in this class, I'll kick baseball players in their ass just like the bald eagle and the goddamn apple pie that says those are the American, that's all American, right? Cause that's all they got. They have nothing else but war and death. War, death, racism. Okay, unfair business practices, baseball and apple pie. That's all American. So when you see a baseball player, kick them square in their ass. Yeah, that's what you could do. Somebody offer you some apple pie, apple these nizzles. That's what you do. You know, we don't do that unless you considering yourself American, right? Okay, like the three-letter comrades, right? Y'all keeping that name attached to yourselves, which, man, at this point I don't know, but to each his own. You understand? So I'm saying, well, why do I have to know who this woman is? Why is she popping up all of a sudden? So we just got to get to the notes because I don't want to hold y'all up because we're going to be here about 3 hours. Yeah. So get your screen recording on, break it up, do what you want to do. You don't know who that is, Mr. Mac? Don't feel bad. Yeah. Because after class, you're going to know. And after class, now that you know, you're responsible for it. So if I give y'all a quiz on this little musty box, y'all better know. Okay? Let's get to the notes. In a historic milestone for professional sports, Kwanza Jones is set to become the first black woman to hold a majority ownership stake in Major League Baseball history. Okay? According to MajorLeagueBaseball.com, on May 2nd, 2026, the San Diego Padres officially announced an agreement that Jones and her husband, private equity billionaire Jose E. Feliciano, will be purchasing the team from the Seidler family. Seidler family. Okay? The record-shattering deal values the club at $3.9 billion. The highest price ever paid for a Major League Baseball team, surpassing the sale of the New York Mets at $2.42 billion. So not only is she the first black woman, as they printed it, black woman to own a majority stake, she also paid the most. Yeah, so we right on time. Yeah. Your black ass gonna pay the most. The team might not be worth that, but your black ass gonna pay the most for it, just like everything else. We want a house, we paying the most for it. Yeah. You want that car in the lot? Your percentage rate on the loan is gonna be the most. Yeah. Shit. Even when you go to the track. Yeah. Even the hoes on the track charge the black folk the most. Yeah. I hope you listen. Don't let that go over your head. So not only is she the first black woman, but she paid the most. But some people, and predominantly black women, is going to celebrate in this shit. Yeah. Vitamin Vision, you know I don't play games. Much appreciation for the acknowledgement. But you know, I don't come here to bullshit. I don't come to bullshit. Her black ass paid the most. You know what I'm saying? So if it was another billionaire from overseas, right, or from anywhere else, shit, even if Zuckerberg wanted it, he would have paid. Yeah, bargain rate. Okay. Okay, Jones is not a newcomer to historic first. So again, here we go. And when you in that language, whenever they use first for us, that means you usually the token black. Yeah. The DEI, right? If we're going to utilize that. Okay? Right? Yeah. That's what it is. You the first. Usually the token. She's not a newcomer to historic first. She won amateur night at the Apollo while she was an undergrad at Princeton. Okay. Yeah. Apollo amateur night. All right. So the fuck. So what? So did David Peaston. The fuck? What are we talking about? But let's continue. Okay. And later earned a law degree from Cardozo School of Law and a master's in dispute resolution from Pepperdine. So she learned the old phase law to a degree. She learned the old phase law to a degree. She learned Latin. She learned how to dispute old phase law to a degree. But again, law is a practice, just like medicine. You don't necessarily know what you're doing. You're practicing. You understand why? Because old phase always switched the law. Yeah. What was law yesterday may not be law tomorrow. So she has just earned a degree in being proficient at that time. You understand? Yeah. Because, like in the next segment of class, where they challenging law and SCOTUS, the Supreme Court of the United States, is shifting law. You could be as versed as you believe. The judges on the Supreme Court have a tough time interpreting law and how it's applied because it is a practice. Yeah. So musty, not to devalue your degree, but this shit don't do nothing for me or us. This is a personal achievement. You understand? It's not a group achievement, black woman. Y'all can't go point to her and say, yeah, she rock with me. No. Doesn't work like that. But let's continue. She released music on her own independent label and founded a motivational media company that I never heard of. She and Feliciano have put over $200 million toward education and equity through their philanthropic initiative, and Jones has held board seats at the Apollo Theater, Susan G. Komen, and Bennett College, where her mother, her aunt, and other family members are alumni. Okay, nepotism, right? In the philanthropic initiative, she ain't give East New York, Brooklyn shit. I never heard of her. No impact at all. I never seen her on BET. None of that shit. I don't know her at all. I know the Helena Rubinstein Foundation. I know the Rockefeller Foundation. Shit like that consistently rings in our ears. You understand? I never heard of this. So it must be some elitist shit. So again, pardon my lack of knowledge of who the broad and her husband is. They have had no impact on reducing gun violence. Okay? Not in my area. No impact on reducing domestic violence. Not in my area. Reducing gang initiatives. You understand? To mediate situations. Nothing. I don't know. Again, if I'm wrong, let someone correct me. Her accomplishments seem self-centered, her own personal gain in a racially biased institution where you have nothing but au-fait men at the helm. How is that going to keep us off of the plantation? I don't know. Let's continue. Princeton named 2 residence halls after the couple in 2023. That wasn't viral. Don't know of it. Okay? Which were the first ever to be named after Black and Latino donors in its nearly 280-year history. Why wasn't that viral? I ain't see that shit on Tiempo. I ain't see it on like, not like it is, but like it is done turned into Here and Now. None of that shit. This happened in 2023. Did y'all hear about it? I didn't hear about it. You understand? Let's continue. Okay? However, to make the sale complete, at least 22 out of the 30 Major League Baseball owners must vote in favor of the transfer that is scheduled to take place during the league's quarterly owners meeting in June 2026. So in June 2026, all these OFAs, Major League Baseball owners, they can still shoot it down. They can tell her to take your little money and get out of here. Kick rocks. Okay? They need 22 out of 30. That's June. June is coming up. So she might make it back to class. Okay? Now, I'm looking at this and I'm saying there's going to be Black woman. She's going to run the gambit because it's not viral yet, but I see people doing their TikToks and all this little shit about it. It's going to run the course, okay? Probably from next week on until June to gain beef and momentum so people's eyes can watch, specifically Black women, to say, yeah, she needs to get on there. And I'm saying, wow, if she gets this team, okay, I'm thinking that these au-fait men, the other owners of baseball teams, they didn't even want a white woman when she had ownership. And we're going to get into that if y'all remember. See, y'all might not be old enough to remember old Marge. Yeah. Old Marge shot, right? Yeah, they didn't like her, right? Not only because she was an au-fait, but she was an au-fait woman who wasn't drop dead gorgeous. She didn't fit into what au-fait men, you know what I'm saying, would accept as one of the good old boys. Ain't nobody want to bend her up over. You understand? So they hated her, even though she was an owner. So I'm trying to figure out, this Black woman that's getting a musty box pounded out by a Hispanic, a Puerto Rican man who they acknowledge is Black, okay? Man, them au-fait men, they don't want nothing to do with that. You're like, so it's good. We'll see how it ended up. However, I'm saying if her and her husband had, let me go back, had $3.9 billion to purchase a team in 2026, man, 1/8 of that, they could have started a new Negro League. They could have started a new Negro League. But see, that's not how Black minds work when they are capitalists, when they have the au-fait in their brain. They want to be included, even though being included is a struggle, it's a fight, and at the end you may lose more than you gain. They still don't think themselves to start and truly own, where you don't have to worry about 22 of the 30 OFAs letting you in. She could have purchased land. They could have developed a brand new Negro baseball league and pulled people up out of Major League Baseball. I mean, we know the history. We've listened to the players, old players who had uncles and grandfathers in the Negro League, economists, right? Activists who said that we lost more than we gained when Jackie Robinson went into the majors. Negro leagues collapsed, businesses collapsed, the whole industry collapsed. My belief, if somebody is that intelligent in law and application and money, start your own, right? Give life so you can create an institution for your black womanness. Yeah. Because you're going into the same struggle, the same fight. You're going right back up in the institution where at any given time, majority could kick you out. So I don't want black women to sit there and believe that this is some grand shit, though I know they will, because to them, to be like white folk is the grandest thing of it all, because they still believing in that white Jesus, right? They still believing in that Christianity, which again is the Vatican. It's an idea, it's a concept. Nigga, you ain't see Jesus walk on water, and you ain't see a nigga do it since. You ain't see him do it barefoot. You ain't see nobody now do it barefoot. You ain't see nobody do it now with a pair of Crocs on, as light as them shits is. So keep doing it again. Don't mean to offend, okay? I'm dealing with absolute truth, not your feelings. So again, for most black women, success is measured by the OFA, because through his brutality, through his connivingness, he manages to stay afloat of currency and wealth through his war machine. So she recognizes that, not only here, but globally, right? They all want the same trinkets. They all want the Chanel bag to say, yeah, I'm an accomplished black woman. Whether they speak Swahili, whether they in Tongo, whether they in goddamn Tennessee. That is a symbol of their accomplishment, that they can wear what the OFA labels as valuable. So this is not, a grand idea for her to start a Negro league. No, I want to buy a team. Go ahead, black girl. Yeah, salute to you. Let's continue. Because remember, Marge and Madge, they didn't like Shot. No, they didn't like her one bit because of what she said. She said what many of the white owners wouldn't say. She took tall on what a lot of the white men wouldn't stand tall on. Check this out. This is somebody speaking of her. It's ugly, it's ignorant, it's tragic. This is what Faye Vincent, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, said of Marge and her antics. I thought she was one of the most tragic figures I've encountered in a long life. Okay? Scott made comments about African Americans, Jews, Japanese, gays, Hitler. She was suspended in 93 and 96 before she sold control of the team in 99. There were reports she had falsified car sales in the names of Cincinnati Reds employees and hid the vehicles at her house to convince General Motors that her dealership had met its sales quota. Okay, this is the type of shit that the old Faye woman was doing. Not to say that the men weren't doing it, but they didn't protect her. She wasn't in their clubs. Check it out. With the team's partnership agreement soon to expire, Major League Baseball and others convinced Chud to give up. Okay? She was able to get away with her behavior in the late 20th century. What happened in Cincinnati could stay in Cincinnati back then. So she was so enmeshed in the city that the slurs could be excused, tolerated, even accepted. So I don't want this narrative and this note to act like we're not going through that right now, because we are going through it right now. See, they making in this paragraph the assumption that people are not using racial slurs today, that is not tolerated or accepted today, because it is, even on social media. But Marge, right? She stood tall on her business. She's like, this is my team. I'm a white woman. I say what I want to say. Check it. Check this out. Imagine what would have happened today if an owner said what she said about Reds players Dave Parker and Eric Davis. She called them her $1 million niggas, and others. Or about Hitler being good in the beginning, right? So listen now. See? Listen now. We got Charleston saying shit like that right now. Right? We got people saying that right now that about old Adolf. Right? Social media, millions of people follow and support. Right? They want effort be large. Mine don't. Yeah, we said it one time so far in an hour during the super chat. Yeah, that's it. Right? But these individuals who talk about 80, they could call everybody, and we're all that, and they get supported. So this article don't know or didn't know what was to come with this social media shit. Look, right? Or about players not wearing jewelry in their ears because only fruits wear earrings. So see, she was anti, now later in Skittle. She was anti everything and allowed to rock as long as what she felt wasn't out there for the world to see. So she was ahead of her time in the fact that she was a female owner, and in the fact that she didn't care what anybody thought about her. Because if she lived today, she would have a Twitter page. Yeah, she would have a Twitter page. And it would be right there with Chudthebuilder. It would be right there with Charlie Kirk and them. She would be doing it right now. She'd be a Trump supporter and ally. Shit, she might have been commissioner of Major League Baseball if she was still here today. So by this black woman named Kwanza Jones running up in and purchasing a team, you think that that's dope? That's something that's going to be beneficial to who? To who? We just went through a vice president. Yeah. That many believe was black woman. Yeah. Right? And accomplished what? Okay? So just hear me out. Check this out. A wrongful firing lawsuit by Controller Tim Sable in 1991 showed the public her everyday vocabulary. Former employees gave depositions about her slurs and conduct, and Scott admitted to using the N-word, saying she wasn't sure if it was offensive to blacks because I've never really asked them. And we gotta ask ourselves the same question, because y'all letting Mexicans call us that. In New York City, the young Ecuadorian kids that just got here, they calling us at. Yeah. Man, Charleston White calls himself, he's a homegrown nigga. Yeah, he ain't black, he ain't African, he's a nigga. So, is it offensive? And we're going to get to that later on, but Ma, Miss Shot was ahead of her time. Okay, check it. Still, the nation seemed to barely notice, and the case was dismissed shortly after the depositions went public. Yet, after an investigation, Major League Baseball fined her and suspended her for the 1993 season. So, if Kwanza Jones jumped out, if she gets the team and she says something that is offensive to any group, and what could be offensive in this day and era is praise for the black man. Woo! She'll lose her goddamn team. Just like that. Just for praising black men. So I'm going to say that somewhere down the line she's Republican. Somewhere down the line she's going to be highly supportive of this administration and where they're going, and damn sure is going to be a supporter of Israel. Yeah. That's just me, and I don't even know it, but I know how this machine works. I know how capitalism works. I know how propaganda works. So again, black women, be mindful of who y'all starting to rally around. Because, man, we went through it with Meg Thee Stallion. I watched y'all rally around that goddamn musty back. Wait! Yeah. I done seen y'all, and she came in the game of 304 and lying. But y'all rallied around her. Losing mad credibility with black men. Okay? So old Marge, listen, man. Listen. Check this out. Vincent and others tried to understand her as a product of her upbringing. Still, it was awkward. A more diverse ownership was good for baseball, but she was an outsider even compared to fellow female owner Jackie Autry. So there was another female owner right there. So this is where the diversity was supposed to come in at. Two Old Faye owners who were women. Now this black Kwanza Jones is diversity, I guess, as well. But look how long it's taken. Maz gave up the team in 99. Damn it, we almost at 2029. I believe the smarter play would have been to start the new Negro Baseball League. But, okay, listen, Scott called herself a woman in a man's world, and baseball had to be careful, okay? But they said it's not the world according to Marge. The former Scott Chevrolet general manager was fond of her, calls her a good person, knows she had issues, but remembers a kind side. See, they're going to remember the kind side to the Ofe lady, not to this black bro. Watch what I tell you. Other Cincinnatians saw her as Archie Bunker. Defenders would joke whether she should lose a business off of a bad joke or a private comment. So white folk in Ohio thought it was a bad joke or a private comment and she shouldn't, okay, lose her business. Didn't she keep ticket prices low? Wasn't she charitable? Could an owner today bring such adoration? This is the fans. This is how her old face thought about her. So now, how many black peoples in San Diego are Padre fans? I know it's a lot of Spanish gangs in San Diego. They run that shit. What was the black player name? Not Kirby Puckett. He was Minnesota. Who San Diego Padres? Because, by the way, I hate baseball. So you know I'm commenting on this because of y'all. What was his name? Old smiling ass dude. He always was smiling with his fat ass cheeks. Tony Gwynn? What is his name? What is his name? Boy, they loved him out there. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, just a smiling old black man. Shiny black, too. That's his name, right, Tony Gwynn? Yeah, goddamn it. See, I don't like baseball, but I know it. I'm knowledgeable. You understand? Because I'm old. I'm supposed to know. Right? Because we've been conditioned to intake information. It was important for me to know growing up. So I didn't like baseball, but I knew the Yankees, I knew the Amazons. Shit, I knew Greg Nettles, I knew all because that's what happens. You absorb all because you're behind enemy lines. So when old niggas act like they don't know, NORE. When old dudes give misinformation, MC Search. I look at them like, yo, what are y'all trying to do? Either distort history or you're a dummy and nobody's supposed to be listening to you. So yeah, Tony Gwynn. So I don't know how many people, are going to run to San Diego. How many black women in San Diego is going to fill those stands now that you have this black woman owner? Unless she starts getting on TikTok and showing her wealth. Doing nigga shit, getting red bottoms and going to Louis V and all that. So I don't understand the hype that's going to come from this purchase of a baseball team. Now, speaking of the Negro leagues, I want to know if y'all knew, because I didn't know. Check this out. Having any discussion that involves female owners, we have to let it be known that there were female owners in the Negro leagues. And we have to begin the discussion with a lady named Ife Manley, the only woman elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2006. I never knew that. But what many people do not realize is the women that came before and after Ife, from Olivia Taylor to Minnie Forbes. Women owned baseball teams from the teens, which is 1915, 16, 17, all the way through to the 1950s. Okay, to the 1950s, they are a formidable group of ladies who deserve to be recognized for their contributions to the game of baseball, for breaking down barriers and answering the challenges of being a woman in a manly sport. See how we don't know this? See how this isn't taught? Black History Month, none of that shit, right? Because again, they want to prop up somebody as the first. In 2026, we should have no first. Being that we still have the first black this, the first black that, tells you that we're still in a very racially biased and constricting society. Because you still got first. Look, they're getting ready to celebrate 250 years of this shit. And you still talking about the first? That's a problem. But nobody listen to Bliz. Y'all still want to be included in this shit instead of pulling out. Pulling your money out their banks, pulling your resources out, taking your skills, coming out of it. Y'all like it. I get it. As owner of the Newark Eagles, Ife Manley helped guide her ball club to victory in the Negro League World Series in 1946. The Eagles beat the well-known Kansas City Monarchs to earn their first and only World Series crown. Manley loved baseball from an early age and found a kindred spirit in her husband, Abe. When she met Abe, he already owned the Brooklyn Eagles, and together they guided the rise of the team. As an owner, Ife used her position to give back to her community and country. She pushed for a variety of civil rights gains, hosting anti-lynching days at the ballpark. She was personally involved in picketing and boycotting of businesses that did not employ African Americans, known as the Don't Buy Where You Can't Work campaign. So I don't know where Kwanza Jones is up here. I don't know where her husband is. I never heard of him. I never heard him speak for independent Puerto Rico. I don't know them. As far as I know, they're capitalists, they're elitists. I don't see it. Okay? Now who is he? Let's go to him. Feliciano, okay, is an artist and Princeton alumna. And the couple co-founded Kwanza Jones and Jose E. Feliciano Supercharged Initiative, okay, a philanthropic, grant-making organization. He's a member of the Latino fraternity, Lambda Epsilon Lambda. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay? In 2017, Clear Lake Capital and the Kwanza Jones and Jose E. Feliciano Supercharged Initiative committed to match donations up to $500,000 for Puerto Rico disaster relief following Hurricane Maria. $500,000. These is billionaires. These are billionaires. They gave up $500,000. What's my homie name, man? Well, Miranda, the Hamilton dude gave up more than $500,000. He put a whole goddamn Broadway reboot and gave damn near all that. Him, Fadolo. So you mean to tell me billionaires couldn't give up more than $500,000? Let's continue. In 2019, Feliciano and Jones made a $1 million gift to Bennett College, one of the single largest grants in the HBCU's history. So Bennett College never got $1 million from nobody, so they did it. Okay? In 2020, Feliciano and Jones announced a $20 million gift to Princeton in support of access and inclusion. Where are people on the ground getting anything from these two? So I don't know what the purchase of this baseball team is going to do for Black and Puerto Rican folk. I have no idea. None. Now, why is this important? Let's continue. An exclusive new analysis of the minor leagues shows one factor stopping Black players from making the major leagues. There has been persistent bias against Black and Latino players since 1950, preventing them from playing at certain positions and rising through the ranks of the minors. Players of color with darker skin often move to the outfield and suffer the most bias. Conversations with former players, scouts, front office analysis, and baseball historians confirm those findings, with some recalling instances of overt bias even within the last 20 years. So her buying this one team, which how many on the baseball team? Again, I don't know. 9, another 9 reserve pitchers. How many on the baseball team? 30. She's not going to have all 30 black and Puerto Rican. What would her impact be with one team when this systematic racial bias is within the entire league, and she got to deal with 30 other owners? What? Again, they don't listen to Bliz. Maybe I take it too far, but I don't see shit here. Okay? I don't. So Jackie going into the league, messed up the Negro League, but y'all getting ready to, again, praise some musty-ass broad. And y'all could, because we're going to have some dissenters here. Y'all could act like she and her husband couldn't do it. I watched Snoop, a rapper, who was getting robbed. Listen, Chud was robbing him. And this dude still put together a Pop Warner League in LA. Changed lives. Some of them dudes went to the NFL. Snoop! Nowhere near billionaire. Nowhere near tens of millions. He was doing it with whatever he had. Snoop did it. Ice Cube started a whole league. The Big Three started with like 6 teams. I was at the inaugural game in the Barclays. How many teams the Big Three got now? 20? By itself. These rap dudes. But see, rap dudes still have some connection to their hood because they got to, so they still operate a little differently. They may be Grippergate, but they still going to try. So you mean this billionaire bitch couldn't start her own baseball league? But you got to be here with it. I don't know. Bliz be going too far? Huh? Yeah, Bliz be going too far? Huh? Because I see beyond skin and I know it's a mentality. Yeah. I don't care what the damn name is. Kwanza in itself shows that, yeah. Her people wasn't too bright. Yeah, because Kwanza wasn't started by that little rat agent of the feds that y'all believe. Yeah, I gave that class too. Go back and do your YouTube search how the Bagel Meister started Kwanza. Yeah. The Bagel Meisters started Kwanza. So if her peoples was that bright, they wouldn't have named her that shit. They would have did their research first. Okay? So the rat that y'all giving, all right, praise for starting Kwanzaa and the principles and all that shit. He took the Ofe. Bagel Meisters gave that shit to him. Okay? So she out of pocket from the rip. Again, salute to Bliz for putting somebody on blast first before anybody else do it, but y'all don't listen. Now, don't tell other folks to listen. I got 85 people in here. That's just what it is. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, let's continue. Woo. Yeah, Bliz is heating up today, huh? I'm on y'all ass today, right? Yeah, I told you, y'all gonna be here a little minute. Get comfortable. Okay, now where we going next? Oh, yeah. Where we going next? Let's go to Alabama because I told y'all was going to be slaves. Alabama! Hi! Yeah. I told y'all that. Yeah. Let's go. Y'all might have missed this too. The Alabama legislature Friday gave final approval to legislation that would set new primary elections for a handful of congressional districts. and 2 Montgomery area state Senate districts if a federal court allows the state to use maps it has ruled was discriminatory against black voters. Bliz said leave their politics alone. Nobody listen. Vote or die. Get out and vote. You a sucker. You don't vote. Vote, vote, vote. Shit ain't help you none yet. Okay? Malcolm X told y'all about that bullshit. Yeah. Let's go. The House Friday approved SB 1, sponsored by Senator Chris Elliott, okay, Republican Josephine. Authorizes a special primary election for Alabama Senate Districts 25 and 26 near the state capitol. The bill passed on a 75 to 29 vote. Okay, Andrea Jones, much appreciation for the war effort. A few hours later, the Senate passed HB 1, sponsored by Rep. Chris Pringle, Republican from Mobile, which would allow new primaries for certain congressional districts in the state if the U.S. Supreme Court agrees to lift an injunction against the state redrawing its congressional lines until 2030. Now, these are lines, okay, that your mans and them was on the goddamn Edmund Pettus Bridge getting their head knocked off for. Selma, okay, all that shit that these people put their bodies, their lives on the line for. Yeah. Old Face taking that shit and getting it. And y'all niggas had y'all fun. Check it. Both bills passed after an often emotional debate that invokes Alabama's history of segregation and voter disenfranchisement, and amid protests in the House gallery. So they was protesting again. Yeah. Singing them old Negro spirituals like I told y'all last week, like I told y'all last month, like I told y'all 6 months ago, like I told y'all last year. Niggas always go to the spirituals. We shall overcome. Y'all realize that shit is out of tone? It don't work? Yeah. Y'all gonna overcome. Get your ass up out of the gallery. Yeah. Get on up out of here. We shall overcome. Yeah. Check this out. All I know, we are going to redistrict here at some point, and we're going to look at some of the census data, and you are going to look at some of the people in this room. You're going to look at me in the face. You're going to shake my hand, say everything nice, and you're going to redraw my district so I can't come back, said Rep. Chris England, Democrat from Tuscaloosa. You get in their face. He knows it. You understand what I'm saying? These people know, you know it. But y'all not trying to fight. So what does the real liberators do? The true revolutionaries do when y'all told us, yo, chill out. Now, we just participate. If we just, get out there and vote. If we push for certain policies, they're gonna have to fold. Y'all been saying that shit since the 60s, 70s, 80s. Nick, what is the matter with y'all? Listen, the session came after the Alabama Attorney General's office filed a challenge to a court order last year banning the state from changing its congressional district lines before 2030, and an appeal of U.S. District Judge Anna Manaskos finding last year that the shape of the Montgomery area Senate districts deprived Black residents of proper representation and violated Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. You see? Okay. Listen now. The moves came after the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling in Louisiana versus Callias last week, which weakened Section 2. I keep telling you, you only need one case to get up in there and terrorize that whole Civil Rights Act, bills, voting rights, all that. One judge. Listen. You see it? With a pen. Yeah, open up the plantations. Plantation, Florida, open that up. Boone Farm Plantations, Charleston, South Carolina, open that up. Plantation, open that back up. Yeah. That's, listen. But y'all don't want to get y'all hammers. Y'all don't. Okay. Don't listen to Bliz. Don't listen to me. I keep telling you that. Don't. About an hour into the session, a protest erupted in the House gallery that resulted in D. Reed of Black Voters Matter getting removed from the building. Democratic state representatives went up to the gallery to intervene just as building security and state troopers were attempting to remove D. Reed of Black Voters Matters from gallery amid the protests. Several security personnel, along with law enforcement, grabbed Reed on the edge of the gallery and dragged her from her seat to the exit door. Get your ass out of here. Come on. We shall overcome. Get your ass out of here. Along the way, Reed went to the floor and personnel surrounded, right, while on the ground to try and subdue her. Once they gained control, they began to escort her to the exit and eventually head out of the building. People in the gallery could be heard yelling, "Let her go! Let her go!" as troopers were attempting to escort her. Nobody swung on a trooper though. Why? Because you got black men in there with shoes on. Your shirt and ties. Raised up in the church. Yeah. Nobody swung on nobody. Get your ass out of here, nigga. We getting ready to handle business as usual. Check it out now. They had her on the ground with white state troopers and others pinning her to the ground, said Rep. Who? Javon. What's her name? Wandalyn Javon, a Democrat from Birmingham, who attempted to intervene. Too many emotions. This is taking me back. And to see a black woman being pinned down in Alabama in the state house by state troopers, it is unacceptable. It was acceptable. It was acceptable. It was tolerated because we ain't hear nobody from Alabama, elected official or law enforcement, got their head split. Nobody. That ain't make the news. Nobody. Okay? Now, let's get to the decision because we gave a class on it last week. Let's remind each other. In the Callias decision, or Callias, however you want to pronounce it, The Supreme Court ruled that racial discrimination with intent does violate Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, but redistricting in the name of party does not. Texas, California, South Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, and Virginia have either redistricted or to give either party more guaranteed congressional seats in the 2026 midterm elections, or are in the process of doing so. The district lines should be drawn based on economics and physical geographic boundaries. That's what they said in the decision. Check it out. The Republican-controlled legislature has the duty and the right to draw the maps in a way that reflects the partisan nature of it. I think the partisan nature of it is reflective of the numbers of people that were on the committees and such, but I don't think there was an exclusion in that. They play a lot of games. Listen, but y'all want me to move to the South? Harriet Tubman said go north. So I'm north. And I'm staying. I've been here. I'll deal with the rats. I'll deal with the crackheads. I'll deal with the subways. I'll deal with the clapping. Yeah, I'll deal with all that. Yeah, I'll deal with the snow. Any of that beats this shit. Let's continue. Senator Robert Stewart of Selma said the special session and the legislation was a call back to the civil rights movement, which his family participated in. Check what he said. My mama's mama was a nurse on Bloody Sunday at Good Samaritan Hospital. Called into work, left her husband, my grandfather, left her babies to treat legendary protesters on Bloody Sunday, all who just wanted the right to vote. These people still around. You understand that? When your grandmother can give you that information and y'all still participating in this shit, listen. He held up a photo of his aunt who attempted to march from Selma to Montgomery on Bloody Sunday, okay, on March 7th, 1965, but was beaten by counter-protesters. My aunt bludgeoned on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, tear gas, billy clubs, trampled over for the right to vote not a long time ago. 65. I was born in 69. Okay? We didn't even have Voting Rights Act intact for 50 years. That is a sin and a shame. 50 years. One generation. 2 generations. I'll give you 2. If we say generations is 25 years, 2. And they already snatching it back. Yo, I'm telling you, man, y'all can play with these folks if you want. I'm going to leave this here because we're going to go. I got y'all here with 94 minutes. Yeah. I know some of y'all heads is like, damn, Bliz, this is too much information. It's triggering. This is too much for a Monday. I know. But see, that's what happens when support is limited or when I miss and I don't show faces. And let me just chill. Let me fall back. Let me get my thoughts together because we got to reorganize some stuff. And it's quiet. See, if I don't come through, it's quiet. Shit, I've been here and it's still quiet. But check it. Check this out. An elected official who calls for dismantling constitutional protections that have shielded vulnerable Alabamians from state power is not acting as a servant of all his constituents. For communities in Alabama that have historically been on the receiving end of unchecked state power, the vision of an Alabama without the 14th Amendment is not abstract. It carries the memory of what Alabama looked like before those guardrails existed. Okay? When are y'all gonna get your hammers? When are y'all gonna get your hammers? When are y'all gonna pull out? When are y'all gonna stop participating in the system and these institutions? I don't know. Listen, I'm not going back into the 14th Amendment. I'm not doing it, man. Damn all that. Y'all got to get it together, man. This shit going, yo, when I say, and the quickness of it, bomb. Claude Nelson, much appreciation for the war effort. When I say it's quick, it's going to be quick. Which is why I try so hard to teach family, to teach the community, to build, because I'm telling you, your mind has to be right. The discipline and the exercise that comes with rebellion, that comes with liberation, that's an exercise. You can't just fall into that space immediately. It doesn't work like that. People get soft. People start telling. People start working against it. This is a repeat. The same shit happened in the Revolutionary War. Same shit happened in the Civil War. Our people was selling us out. Believing that, no, we'd be better if we burn here on the plantation. Just listen to Master. Just let him do it. Oh, Master, he going up in the slave quarters. Oh, little Bessie, she on that 13. Let him do it. Let him do it. You know, once he gets himself together, he won't mess with nobody for another week or two. What is the matter with y'all? I don't get it. Now, since we spoke on Alabama and the politics of old-face, these white men, and getting rid of 14 amendments, getting rid of voters' rights, going back to a space where they call us nigger in our face with impunity, and Marge shot calling people the N-words, and now we supposed to be far removed from that, right? So we got this dude that we just told you about, right? That tried to go viral. Well, not tried. He's been viral. Just wasn't on our spaces. Viral for running up on people, calling them the N-word, antagonizing people, doing all type of weird shit. I'm looking like, yo, son is wild. Barking at police, calling, yo, you chimping out, chimping out, chimping out. So I'm trying to figure out the plainness. I'm like, why is this white man being allowed to do this? Nobody ran in his mouth. Nobody clapped him. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure it out. We probably did class on him Thursday. Right? Because we found a picture of him in a fairy outfit. So I'm looking like, how y'all let a fairy, an old fate that y'all done caught with pictures in a dress, running around, antagonizing people, jumping out at gas stations, convenience stores, all this weird shit, calling them N-words, gaining momentum. So I'm like, yo, what's really good? Is he an agent? We seen him bark on law enforcement. We even had some vids where they said he was armed. And he's following everything that's allowed in the Constitution. In that state. A state where we seen them unalive each other. Right? I mean, one of our favorite artists, they put 100 shells in Young Dolph. You understand? And nobody knocked this Ofe head off? Why did we get more information? Why did I get more information today from one of my class members? Not only is this Ofe racist and playing games, not only was he racist and playing games and calling people the N-word and agitating people, not only was he in a dress, homie like getting pegged. Yeah. Information in the video came out. Not only is he getting pegged, he got a melanated woman who claims she's melanated, but she resonates with them, get money off of pegging. Yeah. That's exactly what it sounds like. Diesel Diddy activity, pegging this old fake. Bent over. And not only that, she keeps one of them fake phalluses on her, and she said he liked the big one. Yeah. He was a little tight back there till we opened him up. He was one of my best clients. Yeah. So check this out now. Come on now, Mr. Atlas. Much appreciation for the war effort. Look now, y'all let a fairy dressing Ofe who get hit in the can to run around antagonizing y'all? Really? That's what type of time y'all. First of all, his name is Chud. So he look, really? This is what type of time our people on. He's supposed to been got his head knocked off. Easy. He's supposed to have been pushed quickly. But because of who he runs up on, how he's presenting, no dressing, all that. Now he had the cowboy hat on, the scary looking mustache, like the old Tom Clancy. That image got people stuck. Okay? Yeah, that image got people stuck. So hold on. Homegirl put it out there. She was like, yeah, since people want to talk about me recklessly and post me, I gotta say, yeah. See the white supremacy piece, his homies might have clowned him because he and I was friends. No, he wasn't friends like that. I used to run through him. Yeah. She said she had him on some goddamn gripper gate. Yeah, she said she had his cheeks. Not only did she say she said she had the Fleece Johnson on him. Like, yo. This is what, yo. Lubed him up. But he running around calling y'all the N-word. So now I gotta say that that's part of his kink. He likes to get agitated and feel threatened and under the gun in the community around black folk. Then he go call up this black woman and say, yeah, my grip is moist, I'm ready. And pays her. And she says she has several clients that she keeps on the low. So that means for me, y'all let these old fays in elected politics in these states, because he's in Tennessee, one of the states that just disenfranchised blacks. Y'all letting fairies who getting their grippers realigned tell y'all can't vote. Yo, I can't make this up, but the South got something to say. Right, Dre? Right, Big Gip? The South got something to say. And y'all letting fairies get ready for y'all next plantation run. But nobody listen to Bliz. I'll be damned if I believe in anything that comes from an old faith. religion, a banking system, a constitution. Y'all can't say shit to me when y'all fold to that. Yeah. And he's not the only fairy. He's not the only builder that's getting his behind built in. This is fucking Greco-Roman behavior. George Washington was getting ran through. Yeah. Oh, Honest Abe was getting ran through. Yeah. Uh-huh. The FBI director was getting ran through in dresses and shit. Huh? This is the behavior of the no faith. So excuse me if I don't mix and mingle with black men who carry degrees and fraternity insignia and voting and position and trophies and Grammys and Oscars and all that shit and chicken bosses and shit like that. Forgive me if I don't respect them motherfuckers, man. I'm a universal being of truth. God cipher defined. Soldier. I don't have time to play in this shit. This is the shit that y'all got going on? This cowboy hat wearing Ofe that can tell the police in his community that he can call them an N-word and you can't do nothing about it? And y'all niggas will kill each other and y'all won't do shit to them? Out of here, yo. I'll sit here with 85 people in my goddamn class and struggle for war efforts. Because trust and believe, I'm knocking heads off. I've been doing it since a teenager. Ofe, I'll pop you and drop you dead right there in the spot. I don't play with them. I never have. But y'all keep making people influencers. Y'all keep making people podcast worthy. Y'all keep doing that shit. And they're going to lead y'all right back to the Boom Farm Plantation. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Listen, the girl says she is a... What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are you doing here, man? Mess with y'all. What are we doing? Yo, y'all can hear me? Goddamn car dealership. Get out of here. I just broke my pocket. Fuck out of here. All right, excuse me, y'all. Let me get back to this. The girl that's been pegging, or your Aunt Peg, or realigning Chud the Builder's grippers, right? Calls herself Egregore, right? Right? That's what she said. And she said this is a concept in Western esotericism of a non-physical entity or thought form that arises from the collective thoughts and emotions of a distinct group of individuals. So she says that's what she rocks with. Okay? And she says he rocks with that as well. But this is what I've been telling y'all. Okay? Yeah, he got checked. The little white boy just took his hat. Slapped his hat off his head, took his hat and all that. Yeah. But she says she's an Egregore, right? A non-physical entity or thought form. Yaqub's grafted devil, right? Or what I keep telling you, a figment of his own imagination. When you are a thought form, arising from collective thoughts. So these old faiths have a collective thought of white superiority, of being white supremacists. And in that collective thought, they also like to have their grippers pleasure. You understand? They've been doing it. Remember, I told y'all to go get the book, Sodomy and the Pirate Tradition. They came over on boats, okay? Back in medieval, the Dark Ages, in England, London, or wherever that landmass is in Europe, right? Poking each other, especially if they weren't part of the wealthy, the nobility, the poor. They to have a woman because mortality, that the infant mortality rates for women back then was crazy, so it wasn't a lot of broads. So these men, European men, used to rearrange each other's grippers. Thus, the cabin boy on the ship. Women with bad luck on the ship. So you can't tell me that the ship took a year, 18 months, 2 years to get over here, right? From what you call it, if we're going to believe in it, from Europe. So this is their nature. So again, old faiths are a figment of their own imagination of white superiority, but their behavior of poking each other in the grippers, okay, is common. So how can you allow that if you're a strong African or being, right, of melanated strength, allow them to hold governance over you? How? How can you use them as the litmus, as a measuring stick of success and feel good unless you allow yourself to get your grippers manipulated? Okay? You soft around the heart when it comes to them. Check it now. This is notes. I ain't saying it. Right? The Chudthebuilder takes pipe. Homegirl had it on him. Check it out now. A traditional school of philosopher, right, from them, Julius Evola, and hold on, in his Revolt Against the Modern World, referred to an elite of spiritually aware people who keep tradition alive. Those who are awake, whom in Greek were called these individuals, right? Apparently alluding to the Watchers. The most literate or literal sense of their name, which is wakeful or awake. So this is their awakening. These people created this space of thought in their head, and when somebody is tearing their goddamn grippers up, they're getting awakened, and they're in this collective thought. In esotericism, Egregore has been used to denote a group mind, a collective consciousness of a religious community. Okay? The collective in its psychic, okay, as well as its corporeal aspects, is nothing but a simple extension of the individual. Okay? So when we say we are God, body, through knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, this is something that they already knew. As European, look. And thus has absolutely nothing transcendent with respect to it as opposed to spiritual influences which are of a wholly different order. So they run with the spiritual piece to utilize technology on the world. Right? This is, listen now. Right? Listen. It is a basic theosophical idea. Thoughts are things. Although mental images have no physical substance, they are composed of a subtle mind stuff sometimes called the astral light, Most of them are effervescent. They have no independent life or power, but if a certain kind of energy is directed toward them, they can gain power and cause effects in the physical world. This is what they utilize this to manipulate, right? Traditional organized religion, and then place a pope in front of you. We had nothing to do with that. Remember, we are global, so we were spread all around the continent. In Europe, in Greece, this is what they did. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Imagine that an intelligent and well-disposed man who is able to concentrate is thinking about a good idea, giving it a certain form. He may then find others who have the same or similar ideas. And so a circle of men may come into being who are all thinking along the same lines, but in a different form. It is as if every aspect of them is repeating the drawing of a plan, placing a pencil again and again along the same contours. Things grow in strength, develops an astrosome or astral body, and becomes an egregore or collective entity, a constitution, a country, a fraternity, a church, a mosque, a temple, and y'all caught up in it. A mind fuck. When I say leave it alone, what are you talking about? I don't understand them. I'm telling you, leave the shit alone. When it's a cult, I'm telling you, leave the shit alone. When I'm saying God cipher divine, when I'm saying knowledge of self, when I'm saying justice, when I'm saying divine, something that is sacred, holy, pure. But y'all want to keep believing in old faith shit. Y'all don't want to research, y'all don't want to study. Y'all want to inherit belief systems of the past of these old faiths who taking all type of things in their ass and then governing you. And then send these dudes out in the regular community to antagonize you. Come on, man. Okay. Yeah. Oh, y'all thought I was done? Nah, 2 hours? I told you, y'all ass gonna be here. But y'all gonna get this learning. Whether you support or not, whether you tell others to come to class or not, you're gonna get this learning. You understand? Because enough is enough of the dumb shit. Let's go. MC Search. Try to be understanding of you on several occasions. Made attempts to have people look at you. I even gave y'all one of the most important and conscious albums in hip-hop history. And people, that shit went over people's head because of the packaging. Third Base, the Cactus album, was one of the most conscious albums in hip-hop. One of the most. We only had a few. So before y'all get your little feathers ruffled, we haven't had that many conscious albums, especially a concept type album in hip-hop. We haven't. Shit, I could count about 12. Okay? Out of, I don't know how many albums has hip-hop had? Thousands, tens of thousands of albums under the genre of hip-hop or commercial rap. We probably had about 12 or 13 conscious albums. Cactus album was one of them. Okay? As a MC, As a writer, dope. Search was dope for his time. Would be no Eminem without Search. Would not be. Wouldn't be. Eminem wouldn't have had a shot. None of them. Without the credibility of Search. Beastie Boys wasn't doing it. That ain't bring credibility to old fake rappers. Search and Prime Minister Pete Nice gave old fake rappers credibility. Okay? But you's a dumb ass, and you're looking more and more like a bagel meister every day, right? You lost a lot of that hip hopness. So recently, and again, I don't watch the whole interviews, don't care to, because I can't fuck with NORE like that. The giggling, the not knowing shit, it irks me, it bothers me, because you too old not to know. So that's what leads me today, especially when they touch on something that's close to me. Okay? I heard them in a discussion, a clip of a discussion with Bushwick Bill. Bushwick Bill of the Ghetto Boys, who passed recently. NORE claims he didn't know that Bushwick Bill was from Bushwick, was from Brooklyn. He thought the Ghetto Boys were all from Texas. NORE, you too old not to know. And I say the same shit about Heather B. I say the same shit about Shot Rock. I say the same shit about Grandmaster Caz. I say the same shit about a whole bunch of these rappers, MCs that are on podcasts and become influencers. Y'all don't know basic shit. Either you're playing stupid or your ass is dumb. And therefore, you're not supposed to be in that space to talk. Because it makes no sense that in 2026, somebody who has had a rap career, in order to come from the underground, from New York City, street hip hop, to not know that Bushwick Bill is from Brooklyn. That made zero sense. I'm not even going to sit there and allow you to think that I believe that shit. Not Poppy. Not NORE from Nefrak. Not Little Poppy, who my cousin told me, no, chill, Bliz. He's okay guy. He's a good guy. That's Poppy, right? When you was hustling on Junction for Everlasting, okay? I will not believe that dumb shit. Oh, I didn't know. You didn't know Bushwick Bill was from Bushwick? You stupid or something? Huh? That don't make no sense. No. Somebody much younger might have got away with it. Somebody who has no history, who hasn't been in the business. One of these new millennials, they might not know, but your ass, come on, man. This who grew up on Scarface and Willie and Bill, who had to, somebody who had to shop for deals, who was going to different labels. You didn't know Bushwick Bill was from Brooklyn? NORE, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. That shit is stupid. It's asinine. I mean, you smoke too much goddamn weed somewhere. That it makes zero sense. But again, Search, because he wants to be looked at as, y'all called him a legend, as if he's teaching the little black boy something. You understand what I'm saying? So that made zero sense. However, what I won't let Search do is play with East New York. Then we're not even gonna do that. Right? Because in that space, he also said that he is the Forrest Gump of hip hop. I'm a Forrest Gump too, if you want to use that analogy, because I've been everywhere too, Search. all through. And for you to believe that bad boys, right, the bad boys of Ho, Veronica, or the Inspector Gadget song is from anywhere other than East New York, you lying to me. You lying to me. I won't sit there, and I don't know why Daddy O ain't called you out on it. Okay? I don't know why any of these other dudes, maybe they didn't hear it yet, haven't called your ass out on it. But nah, nigga, bad boys from East New York. Yeah. Shit. Busy B is still here, still around. They perform. Bad Boy members is from Brownsville and Bed-Stuy, not East New York. Who you playing with? Who you playing with, man? There would be no Bad Boys without T-Funk. T-Funk, okay? New Jersey Avenue, okay? Between Hegeman and Linden Boulevard, okay? First line. Now my name is T-Funk from East New York, period. Busy B down the block, okay? K-Love is the only one that had relatives and was coming into the area, but listen, we sat there. T-Funk had his whole DJ set system out on the porch every day. New Jersey Avenue, hip hop to the fullest, cutting, scratching, jams, making beats right there. From the early 80s on until he passed, until he moved to Van Sickling between New Lots and Livonia. You not gonna give East New York its props? You lying to me? You lying to me? Best down Brownsville. You gained it. You gained it. Now I better stop. That's the second or third time that Drink Champ's been in this class for putting out some false information or some shit that somebody believed that they are right in. Okay? Fact check before y'all push the shit out there. Or do a better job checking on each other. I don't know who y'all got in the back, what kind of lawyers y'all got back there, or fact checkers. Bad Boys is from East New York. That's it. Claiming dumbasses, yo. You know, matter of fact, I'm not even going to go past hip hop because we can make it out of here. We can make it out of here. Hip hop. People who's supposed to know. Nore's a dummy. Chucklehead, he has become what they wanted him to become. Glad for you reinventing yourself, finding yourself a new career and all of that, but you a chucklehead now, nigga. Your brain is empty. You are now an Ofe in a Latin American man's body. You've done what many Latin American, Latinx, Latino men do. You now identify as a white man because you operating up here in that space. Just is what it is. When you say some dumb shit, you don't never know. I don't know. How you don't know? But you sitting in front of millions of people. Now, another person who's supposed to know is the gods. The gods are supposed to know everything in their existence. The gods are supposed to have 120. God's supposed to have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. The gods are supposed to do their duty and civilize the uncivilized at any given time. in all spaces. So when you have the RZA, who they consider the abbot, okay, put some bullshit movie out in 2026. Yo, I'm appalled. I'm serious. I'm serious. And this is why I always charge the guards. I charge them. Because again, y'all let people come under the banner, this universal flag, who don't do their due diligence. And you allow them the leeway to do it because, again, the measure of success is in the divine evil, it's in the devils, it's in the 10%. And they're trinkets. So the abbot gets to do what he wants to do. Yeah, I know you say, what movie? Yeah, right, I know. And I'm telling you, don't go see this shit. I'm going to say it. I don't care what backlash comes from it. Don't go see this shit. Because it made zero sense. Ain't no parables. There's no situations. There's no twisting around. The shit was garbage. And I spent money. I took my family to see this shit. Took the earth. On the old Faye Mama's Day. Yeah. Whole family here. The boys up from down south and we all went to go see this movie. I heard about it on Woo Wednesday when I was in the car, when he was promoting it on the radio, but I didn't hear the plot. Maybe I didn't hear the plot because it is no plot. But he was promoting it, and even the name, a spoonful of chocolate. A spoonful of chocolate. And I'm like, a spoonful of chocolate. Fine, let's go. Let's go see it. Let's go see if there's some type of message in it, right? Because we know many people missed the message when he did Ghost Dog. We know that. We know that his pen wavers from time to time from super on point to just dumb shit. Okay? Okay, so I'm telling you firsthand. I went there, yeah, wide-eyed, yo, listen, this RZA. Let's see, this shit got to be something decent. A spoonful of chocolate. In 2026, he got a movie where old Faze is whooping dudes out, beating dudes to death with bats, going to the coroner, getting their organs. These dudes is in a town in Ohio selling organs of lamp and nobody's doing shit. Nobody, I'm thrown. This shit look like some, first of all, it's a big budget movie, man. When? If the gods are not doing it, if those who have knowledge of self is getting bread and not going to sit and draw up something where you can do a big budget movie of Maurice Bishop. You can do a big budget movie of Mutulu Shakur, a big budget movie of Asada, a big budget movie of Imam Jalil, H. Rapper. There's so many people. He could have did a big budget movie of Father Allah in his early anything that's going to give people knowledge of self and a direction. You put this bullshit out, and I'm looking. Listen, sex scenes for no reason, old fake titties. Like, what are we doing? The whole flow of the movie, the plot line was sucky. The ending, trash. No one. And I got my 20-year-old, my 30 2-year-old, and we in our upper 50s. We all looking at this shit like, what is this? This shit is worse than blaxploitation. This shit was garbage. It was long and drawn out and triggering, with no relief, no recovery. You just getting triggered because O-Phase is whipping ass for the whole 90 minutes of people under pressure from O-Phase, and yeah, they selling organs? Really? Trash. A spoonful of chocolate is trash. Triggering, no knowledge of self. And he said in the beginning, this shit is based on actual events. So I guess you want people to believe that there's still sundown towns running around with people getting unalive. And so, like I told y'all all the time, that we are now in our demise, enriching people. That they told, I always tell y'all that. That's nothing new. Where's the recovery? Where's the get back? Because homie, who ain't nothing again, you had him playing Raekwon in the Wu Saga. Now he just look like a skinny Raekwon. Okay? So, man, don't waste a dime going to see it. No knowledge of self in it, nothing. There's certain pieces that was in it. They flashed something, never brought it back. What was that supposed to mean? What are we doing here, yo? You wasted a whole budget. You wasted a budget on that bullshit. Fuck out of here. Wasting money. Wasted money in here. Because if we're not doing it at that level, we can't think that Tyler Perry would do it. Grippergate. He probably let Chud, the builder, in his gripper. Or vice versa. You can't expect that to come from him. You can't expect it to come from 50. 50 don't have knowledge of self. He was around the team. Black just ain't give him knowledge of self. Wasn't messing with Prince. Prince was in the mountains. So 50 is 50. Do he know degrees? He might. I doubt. He never claimed it. So you can't expect nothing to come from him. But when you tell me you got somebody that's sitting in the pocket that has some bread now, that you can't pen nothing better than that, then it's like I keep telling y'all, y'all can't expect it to come from athletes, entertainers, or anybody that's sitting in them structures because they scared to death. That shit was trash. And in wasting money, we get into the last part of class. Wasting money. Prom 2026. Prom 2026. Waste the money. Y'all want y'all reparations? There go reparations right there. O-Phase is looking at y'all like y'all crazy. Prom 2026, like we said before, O-Phase don't make a real big deal out of prom. They only hope that Becky, Laura, Amy come back with their little vaginals intact. They already know their gripper's going to get blown out. They already know that their mouth and throat going to be sore. Daddy and mama and granny just hoping that she don't give up that little tormented box on prom night. This new shit, or anything that black folk can make exuberant and waste bread, 2026 is it. It's been building over since the opening after the pandemic. Now it's hit fever pitch. We're seeing pictures. I don't know about y'all, but I've seen it. Horse-drawn carriages for prom. Helicopters dropping people off for prom. Camels. Where did niggas get a camel? Stateside. Camels at the crib. Not to mention, and again, celebrating is one thing. Getting fresh and getting fly is one thing. Yeah, I've seen some of the flyest, stylish prom 2026 joints. I've seen it. And beautiful. Kids is beautiful. The dresses, beautiful for senior girls. Not none of that raunchy shit. I'm talking about they going all out. Beautiful dresses, gowns, hair done, all that. When y'all getting into the 10s and 20s and 50,000s for a night, for a prom, I'm looking at black folk like you stupid. Because that ain't coming back. And you're hoping, and it may sound a little harsh, hoping that these kids make it through the summer. Hoping that these kids make it through the summer. But I'm looking at startup money for businesses. I'm looking for, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at startup money for any type of endeavor. I'm looking at land purchases. Now, if they got it like that, and they just not saying it, now if these are children, but this shit is looking prevalent. Everybody not a basketball child. Everybody's not a child from a football or corporate. These looking like regular folk because the homes is not matching. They're spending upwards of $25,000 to $50,000. That's several plots of land, farmland, entrepreneurship, all that. That's money that y'all just blew on one night that could pay their entire college career. A lot of these kids don't have scholarships. I'll tell you that right now. They don't have scholarships. And to keep it a buck, shit, I guarantee you a quarter of them can't read. They've been socially promoted, but they got this extravagant send-off for the prom. We not ready. That's your reparations. You hear what I'm saying? People's minds is gone. So, in all of this performance, this performative behavior, look, get out the way when the liberators come through. I don't care what the old face do. Y'all keep sending me the shit of the homeboy who was a traveler and end up getting stabbed on the deuce. Fuck he doing? I don't have no empathy for that. You a wanderer, you a traveler, you end up on the deuce and youngins poked you out because of a TikTok. Yo, man, that's part of New York City, man. I don't care about that. Where's the mental of these kids? The mental is shot. Damn them kids. Where was the mental of this bastard that shot Tamir Rice? Where's the mental of George Zimmerman? Where's the mental of them? Talk about my kids in the TikTok challenge shit. These old-faced mental bent on that. I'm not moving the goalposts. They've been on that type of time. So where we going at with that? I'm telling you, we not ready. If y'all can spend $30,000 on prom, man, shit, y'all doing better than me. I get nickels and dimes for a war effort, for educating people, for being committed. Matter of fact, it's almost 5 o'clock. I gotta go deliver some shoes right now. I hope I can find some of the melanated brothers because I gave to the Latinos already. I want to see if some of them brothers from the continent need a couple pair of shoes and shit. and button-ups and stuff that I got. So I'm going to find them before I go get my dinner stuff. You understand? But y'all waste a lot of money, time, and energy. Camels. Niggas is coming out the crib with camels. Look at the thumbnail. They got a camel. Really? Y'all doing a lot. Old face is watching that. You think the real ones don't see that? They watch everything on this shit. Y'all think they don't see? Y'all think they don't see that y'all have influenced people from Africa to entertain and have wasteful money on drinking and partying and Chanel bags and Louis this and Louis. Y'all don't see the minds of our folk? Because they see it. That's why they keep feeding it through your timeline. I'm telling you, in this class, y'all have zero tolerance for that shit. Because I don't. I have no tolerance for dumb shit. I don't have feelings for that bullshit. Your feelings mean nothing when we're dealing with absolute fact and truth. Feelings is your interpretation of what could be going on. And it's usually a catalyst, right? Feelings are usually a catalyst for manifestations of slave behavior. So miss me if I've been beat up, hardened, and traumatized too much to get emotionally involved in dumb shit. Okay? Yeah, that's it. Get them kids some land. If y'all big enough to have these 26 prom shit, if y'all big enough for that, get them kids a plot of land. 4 or 5 acres or some shit. Get them some arms, okay? Get them some tractors and shit. All right? Yeah. Okay, do that. And I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Like I said, don't believe in me, believe in my belief in you. Don't believe in me, believe in my belief in you. You are the divine mind. You have the power and strength to manifest your liberation. Okay? Clean ears, clear eyes. Come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. To those who donated to the war effort, much appreciation. Much appreciation. Okay? Because with the little bit, is what I can do. Can't do but so much. Yeah. To my classroom assistants, much appreciation for holding it down. As y'all always do, keep me engaged, keep the class and the chat moving freely without the dumb shit. Okay? Yeah. That's what we do. And again, bring people to class. Do what y'all do with it. I don't own this. I'm just a vessel of truth. I don't own none of this shit. But space and time wins wars. If we don't control space and time within here and here, we're going to lose. All right? So do what y'all got to do. 55 gang. Get y'all great.